Almost 80% of the clients I've worked with over the last 10 years have set up their Google business profile wrong and missed out on tons of customers. If you're a small business owner about to create a Google business profile, move to a new location, or open a second shop or office, and you want to use Google to get more business, here are 3 steps you must follow before claiming a profile if you want to rank on Google as fast as possible and attract plenty of clients in the process. I almost forgot. By following these steps, you will also avoid catastrophic consequences that could kill your business before it even starts. Step number 1. Make sure your business address is in the same city as your target client. Alright, this might seem pretty obvious, and as we say in English, I don't want to teach you how to suck eggs. That's gross. But choosing the right address is not always as straightforward as you might think, and picking the wrong one could derail your efforts. For your Google business profile to rank on Google Maps when people specify a city in their search, for example, dentist in Phoenix, your business needs to have a physical address in Phoenix itself. This is because Google prioritizes local businesses that have a verified address in the city people are searching for. Having a physical address in the city of search is the 4th most powerful ranking signal according to the most recent local search ranking factors survey. This applies to all types of businesses, whether you have a physical store or are a service area business that travels to customers' homes. When you claim a Google listing, you must provide the address where your business is registered. Google uses this address to rank your business on Google Maps, so make sure it is in the city where your target customers are located. Are you following so far? Great. The problem is that Google's idea of where one city ends and another begins might be different from what you think. Let me show you with an example. Take Minneapolis and St. Paul in Minnesota, USA, 2 cities right next to each other. If I search for plumber Minneapolis, 99% of the business pins on the map are in the Minneapolis area. Now, if I search for plumber St. Paul, it's the opposite. So if you're a plumber with a business address in St. Paul, near the edge of Minneapolis, your Google listing probably won't show up when people search for plumber Minneapolis. This means you might miss out on many customers since Minneapolis is much bigger and has higher demand. Moving your business just a few blocks to have an address within Minneapolis city's limits could make a huge difference to your bottom line. But how do you find out what Google considers the city limits? It's easy. On Google Maps, search for the city where your target customers are. For example, search for Minneapolis. Google will highlight the exact boundaries of what it considers the city. So, whether you're creating a new listing or moving an existing one and want it to rank for a specific city, just make sure your business address is within those boundaries. But that's only part of the solution. If you really want to put all the chances on your side for your listing to rank high, you need to complete step 2. Step 2. Take advantage of the proximity factor. Once you've determined the boundaries of your target city, it's time to focus on another crucial ranking factor that Google uses to highlight the most relevant businesses in its search results: proximity. Before choosing a random address for your business within your target city to attract customers, it's essential to consider this factor carefully if you want to rank well and fast. Let me explain how it works and how you can take advantage of this. Let's stick with our dentist example who wants to open a dental practice in Phoenix. If I open Google Maps and search for Dentist Phoenix, Google will display a list of many dental businesses within the city. But these aren't all the dentists available in Phoenix. If I zoom into the map further north and click on Search this area, you will see many more. So why doesn't Google show them all at once? 2 reasons. Number 1, Google can't show all businesses at once, otherwise the map would become very cluttered and unreadable. Number 2, Google uses a signal called proximity of address to centroid, which is currently number 10 on the list of the most influential local ranking factors. This means that the nearer your business address is to the center of the city, the higher Google will rank your Google business profile. Now, how do you find out where the city center is? You might think you know where that is, but just like the boundaries of a city's limits, Google has its own method of establishing the city center. Here is how you can find out. Open Google Maps and search for the name of your target city. It will highlight the city boundaries as we saw earlier. Next, click on the directions option and enter the city name again. Then click on search. Google will zoom in on the map and show you what it considers to be the exact city center with a map pin. The closer your business address is to this pin, the more likely your Google business profile will rank high in search results. Now that you've established the exact city's boundaries and the city center, all you need to do is search for the perfect location that combines both factors. But before you go ahead, there's one last important step you need to do if you want your listing to really take off. Step 3. Check out the competition. Let's say that after completing your research, you believe you've found the perfect location for your new office or store. You're super excited and about to sign a lease. Stop! Before you sign on the dotted line, there's one more crucial step you must take. Ignoring this step could be a deadly mistake that might ruin your business. Let's continue with our example of a dentist in Phoenix who, after doing some research, identified the following address as the ideal spot for his clinic. Before signing the lease, go to Google Maps and enter the exact address of the location you're considering. Google will display a panel for that location and show it on the map with a red pin. From the panel, click on the nearby option. In the search bar, type the keyword representing your main activity, which in this case would be dentist. You can search for multiple keywords at once by using related terms such as orthodontist or dental clinic, separated by a pipe character. Once you're done, click on search. Google will show you all the existing businesses that match those criteria in red, with the map pin in blue representing your chosen address. If you zoom out a little, you might notice that the competition around this blue pin is fierce, with many other dentists nearby. Worse, when zooming back in on the exact address, you might find that there are already 2 dentists established at the exact same address you have chosen. This is a major problem, and here is why. Google uses a local filter that relies on location data to rank businesses in search results. It selectively displays certain business listings while excluding others based on various criteria. If multiple businesses of the same primary category share the same address or are very close to one another, some of them will likely get filtered out, making them almost invisible to searchers. Given that there are already many competitors within a short distance of our chosen address, and even 2 at the address itself, setting up a business there would be a terrible idea. Additionally, businesses with higher ratings and more positive Google reviews are more likely to appear in search results. Since your new listing would have 0 reviews and be in competition with well-established listings, the likelihood of being filtered out is very high, making this address a poor choice for our dentist. The exception to this rule is if you move an existing Google business profile to a new address instead of setting up a brand new one. If your Google business profile is already well established and has many reviews, moving to a competitive area may not result in your listing being filtered out, as Google will perceive it as more relevant. But before you make that decision, I suggest you download a free Chrome extension called Plepper. Once downloaded, go to Google Maps and paste your chosen address. You should see a little pop-up appear on the right-hand side. Search for similar businesses near your chosen address as we did previously. The pop-up will now show you information about the businesses within this area. Click on the Review tab. This will summarize the ratings and reviews of all dentists close by. If you feel you can outperform the existing competition, you may still consider moving there. If not, continue searching for a better spot. You won't regret it. Whatever you decide, make sure your listing is always fully optimized if you want to rank as high as possible on Google Maps. In this video, I give you 50 tips to help you wipe the floor with your competition.